Hey everyone! Today we are repairing these Nike KD10 basketball sneakers. You can see they are in excellent condition and have probably never even seen the street. That means the repair should be straightforward. There is a huge air unit here with zoom technology. For those who don't know, it is almost the same as a regular air unit, except this one is made flat. It is designed not to flex as much as a regular one, providing the stability and cushioning necessary for basketball shoes. To keep this flat air unit holding its shape and not bulging out due to its large surface area, its top and bottom walls are connected by threads. You can see these fibers if you look inside. Everything else is the same as a regular air unit, the material and pressurized air. But the feeling when you wear them is completely different. They are often used in basketball models, but also appear in some running and casual shoes. You can spot it wherever you see the word Zoom in the model name. Often, it is embedded inside the sole and is not visible. Repairing it is slightly trickier because of those internal threads. Plus, if water gets inside, all those fibers will immediately absorb it, which destroys the air unit very quickly. In this case, you can see the sneakers were used very little, most likely only indoors. The owner said he punctured the air unit from the side on something sharp, and repairing them wouldn't be a problem, except the owner tried to seal the puncture with superglue. And as you can see, he did not spare any glue. Honestly, superglue and shoes are absolutely incompatible things. You could not imagine anything worse. First of all, it interacts with many materials, destroying and dissolving them. On top of that, after drying, it becomes hard as a rock. If you walk in such sneakers, it immediately cracks into many small shards with sharp edges, which then cut and destroy the bonded material. And there is no need to even mention its sealing abilities here. So, as we go along, the repair shifts from simple to complex. We need to somehow remove all this glue to get down to the material of the air unit. By the way, dimethylformamide, which I use as a polyurethane solvent during repairs, also dissolves superglue. But it won't help here, because the air unit itself will likely dissolve faster than such a thick layer of glue. We will have to remove the glue mechanically, using a rotary tool. That's what I will do now. I spent a very long time removing the glue. As you can see, part of the air unit wall was removed along with the superglue. Now it is very well ventilated. And this seriously complicates the repair. I will have to first seal these holes from the inside with a large amount of adhesive to make the wall thick and the whole area stiff enough so it hardly bends during use. Then I'll do the same on the outside to make the repair spot less noticeable. I wasn't able to completely sand off all the superglue, but the bulk of it is gone. Now I will try to wipe this whole area with solvent to make it smoother and less visible. It will also dissolve the superglue residue I couldn't remove mechanically. Now I'll apply the solvent from the inside, over as large an area around the damage as possible, because I will have to pour a decent amount of adhesive in there. When it dries, it will become quite elastic, sort of like real rubber. It will hardly compress during use and will take the load off this spot. Then I'll apply a bit of adhesive through a needle, again over as large an area around it as possible, and mix it well with the dissolved surface. At the same time, I will make a puncture in a convenient spot so I can inflate the air unit later. Also, this is to prevent any pressure difference between the inside and outside of the air unit, otherwise the adhesive might be pushed outward or inward. Because the hole is huge, even a small difference in atmospheric pressure or temperature expansion will ruin everything before the adhesive sets. And it will set for a long time, more than just a few days. Unfortunately, I couldn't film the process of applying adhesive inside the air unit. I had to hold the sneaker upside down, and you wouldn't have seen anything anyway. There's really nothing special to see there. I simply turned it whole side down, inserted a syringe directly without a needle into the hole, and pumped in almost a full syringe of adhesive, so the layer there ended up about 7 millimeters thick. I temporarily sealed the hole with tape so the adhesive wouldn't leak out. It is viscous enough, and the tape handles this job perfectly. I will peel it off before the adhesive fully hardens. I left the sneaker to dry, with the hole facing down, of course. 2 days have passed. The adhesive has partially dried, but not completely. It is just not possible to apply it again from the inside any other way. Since once it hardens, solvent won't work on it, and you won't get a strong bond. Now I will remove the excess adhesive and try to make this spot look a bit cleaner from the inside. Now I'll apply solvent again, and another layer of adhesive on the outside, mostly for aesthetics this time. And I will leave it to dry. Another day has passed. The adhesive has dried, but not fully. It's the perfect time to remove residue from places where it shouldn't be. And also, while it hasn't fully hardened, I will lightly scratch the surface with fine sandpaper so it doesn't shine and is less noticeable. I think it turned out okay this way. Too perfect is also not good. I'll leave the sneaker to rest for a few more days. Another 2 days have passed. The adhesive has fully set. It doesn't look too scary. From a distance, I think it won't be noticeable at all. It's time to fill the air unit with air. I will do it as usual. Using a curved needle, I apply the solvent, then a bit of adhesive to this area. I start pumping in air, and I can't figure out what's going on. The pressure is dropping right before my eyes. I pump it up, but before I can even disconnect the pump, it's almost deflated. I checked the spot I repaired off camera, and everything is fine there. But I already applied adhesive from the inside of the fill hole, so it's too late to do anything now. Off camera, I applied more adhesive from inside that hole, sealing it completely, and went to sleep. Another day passed. We punctured the sneaker once more in a different spot to inflate it again and find the problem. And it turns out I missed a large cut on the sole side, through which the air was instantly escaping. I was somehow certain that the spot the owner had glued was the cause of all the trouble. I didn't even check and immediately started battling the superglue, getting very carried away. Now everything is becoming clear. The probability that he punctured the sneaker in 2 places at once, both on the side and on the bottom, is very small. This means he was simply inspecting and looking for the suspicious area. He thought the problem was on the side, where the sharp bend of the air unit is, and it might visually seem like something is wrong. And he poured superglue all over it. So, the entire previous repair was just fixing the consequences of the owner's repair. The real hole turned out to be in a completely different place. I don't want to seal this puncture from the inside, because the sole is very thick in this spot, and there are threads inside the air unit, so it's hard to see what's going on. I will just use a rotary tool to grind down the rubber around this area and repair it from the outside. Nothing will be visible from that side anyway. Now everything is simple. We just apply the solvent and then seal it all up. Another day passed, and now, finally, we can inflate the sneaker. I'll screw in a small self-tapping screw, as I usually do, and leave it all to dry. This time, everything went well. The pressure is holding. Now I'll just add some adhesive to the spot where the screw was so nothing gets inside, and the repair can be considered finished. I suppose it doesn't look too bad visually. Of course, I'm not happy at all that I spent so much time fixing the aftermath of superglue, and I used up quite a lot of my expensive adhesive on it. If it hadn't been for that, this repair would have been one of the simplest and fastest. But what can you do? By the way, it has already been 2 months since I repaired them. I have only just now gotten around to editing the video. The sneakers have been in use all this time, and they are perfectly fine. They've gotten a bit dusty, and it's become completely unnoticeable that anything was done to them. Well, except for the missing chunk of the sole on the bottom. But you would have to examine them specifically to notice that. Actually, I could have mixed white rubber shavings into the adhesive, as I sometimes do, and it would have been even less noticeable. But I was in a hurry then and didn't do it. So now we can definitely consider this repair finished. Next time, there will most likely be a repair of a pair of Air Max 270s. I have several pairs of those waiting in line. So, subscribe so you don't miss the new video, and hit like if you found it interesting. I'm signing off. See you in the next video.